ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Il-2 Sturmovik, Battle of Stalingrad. I am in my lag, and over there is Stalingrad. So I have to turn off that, thank you. That sort of ruined the effect, didn't it? Bloody hell, look at that. Someone's been trolling the forums. Those great column of smoke over there, they're coming from the burning oil tanks. Bloody hell, that is awesome. Disclaimer here, this is the first time I've seen it, so God knows what will happen when we get over it. They said in the dev diaries that they didn't know what, well, not that they didn't know what would happen, but there was, you know, there could be all sorts of things happening, and that the reason they brought out Stalingrad map was so that they tested it on. Oh my God. There's some burning oil tanks over the river. There's actually quite a story behind those oil tanks. Well, I assume they're the oil tanks. What happened was that it was assumed, well, it may not be those oil tanks, but it was some. Hang on, that's not Stalingrad. We're on the wrong side. Maybe? No, we're not. I screwed up everything. The airfield we spawned at must have been further west than I thought. But there's a story behind the oil tanks. What happened was that originally they were assumed to be completely empty. And so Chirikov is the commander of the 62nd Army at Stalingrad. He pitched his he put his command headquarters right beside one, because I assume, well, that's the only place they could go. So then German artillery fire or something struck one of the oil tanks, and of course the whole thing went up like, well, oil tanks, as they do. So Stalingrad front headquarters completely lost contact with 62nd Army. They were all panicking. They were constantly sending radio messages saying, "Where are you? Where are you?" Eventually they got back the response, "We're where the most smoke and flames are." Bloody hell. This is Stalingrad, alright. One thing that's just always annoyed me with particle effects in all computer games is that they just give up after about 5 minutes for some unknown reason, and they just, well, stop. Whilst this one doesn't exactly do it, doesn't exactly give up, it still looks pretty realistic. There's some incredible photos of just this great column of smoke just going up and up, and just going further and higher and higher. Oh. There's the Stalingrad tractor factory, all its glory, I think. I'll need to have a look at a map of this. This is awesome. Bloody hell. We're looking at the north of Stalingrad here. Over there is the Volga. Down here, this might be the Red October factory. Though, probably I've screwed it up. Most probably. God, there's a lot of smoke around here. Let's see what it's like going through it. Hope it doesn't choke our engine. Man. This is, of course, northern Stalingrad. Bloody hell, there's some huge factories over here. Very impressed also by the rubble that they've made. Let's get down low so we can get to them. We can see something new and get to the more urban area of the city quicker. fact that there's all these actual factories, these recognisable factories, is just amazing. Really shows how much time they're doing that. And also, they said they were all worried about the frame rates being screwing up or something, but so far this is perfect. I'm not, like, you know, this is a big rate-whacking city. You should be losing frames. It should be at like 20-30 frames, but, well, I'm not. And you've got, like, particle effects are the bane of, well, I suppose anybody's graphics card, certainly my own. Not seeing that. Oh man. Of course, at this time of year in the winter, the German 6th Army, there's an awful lot of 6s in Stalingrad. German 6th Army has taken most of the city, but now has surrounded itself by Operation Uranus. Ooh, what do we have here? That is the railway station. This is seriously weird as a Red Orchestra 2 player as well, because there's all this stuff I recognise from playing the game. That is a square of the fallen fighters, better known as, well, fallen fighters. And over there, wait, over there is the Unimag department store. And that department store is General Paulus's, commander of the 6th Army's, 6th Army. That's his headquarters over there. So, hello Paulus. Hope you're enjoying yourself down there. There's a square of the fallen fighters. Look at the devastation. All these, well, I haven't seen a building which is replicated. Okay, I've just seen one now. Those two buildings there, if you can see them. Oh man, it looks really, really good. That is, of course, the railway station. And Red Orchestra 2 players will recognise, well, everything. Throttle back to have a better look. There's the walkway over the top. There's the water tower. There's shells exploding. There, take an even closer look if we dare. That is the famous, well, fountain or statue of all the children running around the crocodile. There's probably some technical name for it which I've forgotten. But that was kind of, well, supposedly it was immortalised in the film Enemy at the Gates. Yeah. Every documentary under the sun always has a picture of the burning buildings, and I think it would be probably the burning railway station and the children rushing around the crocodile statue. And that railway station, when it was what was it, Rodimtsev's 13th Guards Rifle Division counterattacked, that railway station is supposed to have been taken and retaken about, well, probably a dozen times, maybe more. Just the fighting that was going on in the city was just phenomenal. The Soviets lost 600,000 men in the city itself. Then, if I remember correctly, they lost another 600,000 later on in Operation Uranus and afterwards. Probably not that, it's probably the early battles. Probably August to September, and then October afterwards is probably the statistics. Now, let's see what else we can find. This area here, oh yes, we've got one is rather devoid of landmarks, from one really famous one, if I can find it. We seem to be running out of city here. Ah, yes, there it is. We'll just line up for a fast flyby view in a moment. Too loud? Uh-oh, this could be bad. No, look okay. This is, of course, the grain elevator. That would have been embarrassing if I crashed into it. I believe the grain elevator still exists today, though probably not in the same form that it was then. One would hope it was rebuilt. Still seriously weird looking at this, because this just reminds me of all the places in the Red Orchestra 2 map. Really, the smoke and flames make this. If it wasn't for this smoke, the city would look rather dull and rather boring. But the fact that they've included this smoke just makes it look, well, so realistic. It makes it look like something's happening there. At this point in time, I really like it. Well, there's some... Oh wait, we haven't said hello to the Mumai of Kurgan yet. Except that I can't really find the Mumai of Kurgan, because this looks like it's this area down here. But it's not high enough, I think. On the other hand, I'm in a fighter aircraft climbing over everything. I'm higher than everything, so it's going to look rather low. Actually, I've misidentified it, but that looks like it's in the right location. Just, well, north of the fallen fighters. There's not really anywhere else it could go. Those factories look incredibly good. I suppose it would be too much to ask to do the sort of chimney symmetries. Because what would happen is that all the workers' villages, they'd be made of wood apart from the chimneys. So of course all the wood would burn down and leave all these chimneys, which would look like, look like a cemetery, effectively. If I remember correctly, this factory over there was held by a unit of, I think, a division of Siberians. And I think at one point in the fighting, as the Germans assaulted it, one rather wise German medical officer set up his forward dressing station inside a factory furnace. And it's also around here somewhere that they manufactured Stalingrad is the Stalingrad Zabel, the Traktorny factory. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, but anyway, the Traktorny factory where they made these T-34s. And what would happen, according to legend anyway, is that they just make these T-34s whilst the enemy was still advancing on the city, and probably partly under fire as well. They make these T-34s and they just leave out everything unimportant, including some important stuff like the gun optics, and they just be sent out into action, and the fellas looking down the hole where the gun optics should be. Happily, that wasn't recreation in games like Red Orchestra 2 though. Down there is the Lazur chemical factory. I need to actually go out and have a look, get hold of a map of Stalingrad, go through it and look at all the streets to see how accurate they are. Because I'm a bit of a bastard in that respect, I'm a bit anal. Because I just love going through computer games and finding all this stuff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm certainly impressed with this. It is. The only thing which is really missing, and it's that old chestnut again, is the gunfire. Well, A, all the shooting. B, soldiers running around. But we wanted that in Rise of Flight, and it supposedly didn't happen. It couldn't happen because of graphical constraints and stuff. And oh dear, I'm losing my voice, talking too much. I just can't help but be impressed by just the sheer epic scale. I remember looking at a Il-2 version. It's just nothing like this, because it's just, well, basically tiles of buildings just plonked down, if I remember correctly. Just tiles, sort of, you know, these automatically generated tiles of buildings just plonked down in the shape of Stalingrad. Whereas with this, is that what I think it is? Yes, it is. Just charge down there. That is the 9th of January square. Is that it? No, I've looked at the wrong bloody square. No, that is the 9th of January square, what I'm pointing my gun at. And that over there is Pavlov's house. And there, over there, I think it's the it's either the furniture factory or some sort of factory, the wood factory or something like that. The joke runs that it was in fact a German building that the Germans built in the 20s or 30s, I suppose. And then the Germans found, when they attacked the city, that it wasn't possible to, well, they just couldn't get rid of it. It was so tough. And that building there survives to this day. And it's part, well, I don't think it's part, but a museum. I think it's at the foot of the Mamayev Kurgan. There's a museum which has quite an excellent sort of virtual tour, which I've looked at, and it's quite impressive. I think the museum is over there. So yeah, tourism hints from computer games, whatever next. And that museum, yeah, there's quite an excellent virtual tour, so if you just, yeah, you probably can find it on Google Earth or something. Yeah, just the amount of, well, genuine locations I keep finding just impresses me all the more. So yes, I can't wait to, A, bomb the crap out of this as a PE2 or a Junkers Ju-87 pilot. Particularly as now that the river's frozen over, there's going to be all sorts of targets to bomb, either A, trying to break through the ice, or B, just walk across it. As well as, of course, all these German units. They're really, at this sort of stage, I don't imagine there'd be much to bomb, because, well, Germans are running out of fuel, basically. And, of course, they were told by, Hitler has ever proven that he was the Allies' greatest ally. So, well, no, not really. Hitler said, no, you're not allowed to break out. So, the big stuff like tanks is going to be rather hard to bomb when there aren't any actually moving or doing anything useful. But man, it's just worth just flying around this place. And as I keep saying, the smoke just makes it. This will be so boring without all the smoke everywhere. It looks, despite the fact that, well, nothing's happening but a few shell bursts, it looks like a living battlefield already, just because of all the smoke. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'm really excited about this. Hopefully you are too. Though knowing flight simulator enthusiasts, they won't. But yeah, I can't wait to fly multiplayer over this. I can't wait to fly the LA-5, all the IL-2 Sturmovik, all that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.